Hi, this is Jesse with Closing the Loop. It's winter time here in Colorado, and it's really cold, and it's really nasty. But I found a topic that I kind of wanted to discuss. This is a garbage can that I keep in my room. Right, it's about a 5-gallon pail, and so it's just where I dump all my garbage. And the reason I'm making this video is because out of all that garbage, I was able to take out some pretty nasty stuff, right? But for purposes of burning and for purposes of starting a fire, I took out a lot of material from there that would have otherwise just gone into a landfill. So here you have a box of all the paper products, and we won't get too close because I don't want you to see what's in there. But you got a bunch of paper products, right? So here you have a box, pretty big box. It's actually bigger than the garbage pail, right? But this is how much paper I was able to get out of there. Certain things like socks are good for starting fires, and so the stuff that I took out of there that you can't really burn, it was minimal. It was like only a few things, probably like a couple handfuls of stuff. So the reason I bring this up is because I'm constantly looking for kindling. I'm constantly looking for materials that I can use to start a fire. And many people in America are in the habit of just throwing away this stuff when really they could be using it as the perfect kindling for starting a fire. Now, there are people out there that are going to say that you shouldn't be throwing away, like you shouldn't be burning paper because paper will float when it's burning. It'll fly, and it'll go up the flue, and it might land on a roof, or either your roof or somebody else's roof, and start a fire. But we have things in place to protect us from that. So that does apply in certain situations, but it doesn't apply in every situation. We're not really concerned about burning paper. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be. Your circumstances might be different. So here I am about to start a fire. I'm going to show you how I did it. You got like Q-tips and all these paper products, right? And I basically just very simply, what I do is just I started a fire. It doesn't take any time for me to start. It'll do the rest of the work for me. So all I gotta do is close it now. I open that up, make sure that there's plenty of air getting in there. There wasn't any igniter that was added to it. It's just pure paper. And I'm going to show you in 5 minutes. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to show you in 5 minutes how the kind of fire that it produces, right? It produces a really good, clean fire. Like, you saw how little it took for me to start the fire. And so, you know, instead of throwing that stuff away, I have igniter for like the next week, maybe 2 weeks. I have the perfect kindling to start a fire. Let me show you the fire that we got going on here now. And so there it is. At this point, most of the paper is burned, and now the wood has caught on fire. So if I open the door very gingerly, you can see that all of the wood that all the paper is basically burned, and now it's really the wood that's on fire. So it took me less than a few seconds to start a fire. So taking something that you've already spent your money on and getting more use out of it versus just throwing it away. I know that a lot of the things that I say sometimes contradict other things that you might hear. So if you have any issues like that, please leave your questions or your comments, and I will address them, and hopefully we can come to some sort of accord. All right. This is Jesse with Closing the Loop. Please subscribe and like the video if you indeed did like it. I'm up to 100 and almost 40 subscribers, which doesn't seem like a lot in YouTube terms, but I'm really happy with that because I haven't really been doing anything. It's just the videos that I've been placing that I've just been sitting around, and all these people are subscribing and people are leaving comments. It's like they're doing it more now than when I was really active, which is really interesting. So I'm happy with 130 or 140 subscribers. That's awesome, you know.